Alright, what's up everybody, it's Sam from ROthwell. In this video I'll be doing my main card predictions for UFC Fight Night 97, Holloway vs Rodriguez. I'll divide these videos as follows. I'll talk about the previous results from the previous cards, then on to the breakdowns. And if you wish to support the channel, stick until the end, I'll show you my Patreon. So, to start off from the previous results, actually the latest card has becoming a little bit better. So for the last card UFC 268, I had a 3.53 profits in terms of units, which gives 56% in terms of the profit on the event, which is pretty good. In terms of accuracy, the accuracy was also pretty good, 80% in terms of the picks and 85% in terms of the bets. So it was pretty good card, at least on the, not as much on the overall profit, but very decent on the accuracy rate. So if you have never seen this before, I keep track of my own metrics here. Everything is recorded so you guys can check it out yourself, but just to give an overall picture here, I have nearly 66.5% of accuracy, 64, nearly 63% when I bet the favorites, 45% when I bet the underdogs, and I also divide this in high, medium, and low quality bets, so that's the loss here in this case and the profit in this segment, right? This is how many bets I took, how many cashed, so you guys can take a look at that. Plus I have here the overall chart. So I was doing better in the beginning of the year, was accumulating, basically going like average basically zero, even a little bit negative a couple of months, so hopefully things will come back on November. All right, and this is overall profit that I have in this for this year only. So let's go through the picks and the bets here for this card between Yadong and Julio Arce. I'm picking and betting Arce, 1% of my money. Not that confident, but I think the value is on Arce. Next, Holloay versus Yair Rodriguez. I'm picking Holloay, not betting. Then ROthwell versus Lima. I'm picking ROthwell, but not betting the fight. Felicia Spencer versus Leah Letson. Picking Spencer, but not betting. Daukaus versus Roman Dolidze. I'm picking and betting Daukaus. Gonna throw him in some parlays. All right. So real quick on the breakdown, guys, and just to reinforce the prelims, it's gonna be exclusive on my Patreon from $10 tier, and again, stick until the end if you like to support the channel. Plus from $10, you guys have the lock of the night and top two parlay as part of that $10 tier. So this is how I did in the last card in this regard. One of them lost, the rest basically cashed, so it was pretty good night for me in this regard as well. Alright, so let's start off with Daukaus and Roman Dolidze. It's an interesting fight, guys. I think people saw the toughness on Daukaus his last fight against Kevin Holland. The guy really brought it. It was really impressive. So he came for the kill. He actually was able to finish Holland, but since it started with a headbutt, people ruled that a no contest. But Daukaus was really bringing it, and he knew what he was doing there. I had some doubts in that fight, even though I picked and bet Daukaus there. I was with some doubts in case he would really bring it, because he looked a little bit disappointed, coming off 2 losses consecutively. Quite disappointed, but the guy brought it, and if he brings it again, he's the decent favorite here. He should be able to dominate. Roman Dolidze, he's a big guy for the division. He's fairly tall, 6'3", both of these guys, so they're both tall. I think Daukaus is 6'4", if I'm not mistaken. He's a little bit larger, Daukaus, in terms of the structure, but Dolidze has a little bit more muscle. So I would say that size-wise, they're pretty evenly matched. Dolidze is a very strong Greco-Roman wrestler, good grappler, dangerous with the leg locks. But I see Daukaus here being a strong favorite, guys. I think this guy basically he can dominate the stand-up. He's way busier with the striker, way cleaner striking. His wrestling is also pretty decent. Dolidze is a better wrestler here, but I don't think it's gonna be much of a factor, because Daukaus is he's a good grappler, and he's not tough, not easy to hold down, not easy to take down. So I see Daukaus as a favorite here. He's gonna push the pace. Dolidze can slow down, from the second, especially in the third round. So I'm going Daukaus, probably not round 2 or round 3, if you ask me. you know. But I think the lines are pretty much correct. I don't like to bet and I think the lines are correct, but let's see. I'm gonna put an extra, face here in Daukaus. I think he's gonna bring it. Dolidze is a good fighter, but he's nothing, too special. So let's see how this goes. I think this is a favorite matchup for Daukaus. I'm gonna be parlaying him a little bit. Ben ROthwell versus Rogerio de Lima. So this is another tough one to call. The thing is that Ben ROthwell nowadays, he's like probably 40, 41. Rogerio de Lima is not the youngest guy himself. None of these guys are that talented. They're both tough and like to be very aggressive. ROthwell goes on the front foot, gets inside of guys, just that size. He's a massive heavyweight. In the short shots, he's very dangerous because he can generate that much power. He's also very tough, But again, the guy is now 40, and De Lima is a more well-rounded guy here. Better wrestling, better top game. He can also swing very heavily. I still favor ROthwell though, because ROthwell is not easy to take down. Rogerio de Lima is the better wrestler of the two, but not that he's an outstanding wrestler or something. Plus, I think ROthwell has the better cardio, even given the current situation and the age thing. I think ROthwell still can push the pace a little bit better than Rogerio de Lima. Rogerio de Lima, he swings heavily. This guy goes for the kill when standing up. He gives everything he has in those swings. But if he wants to win here, he has to take it to the ground. Again, not gonna be easy against ROthwell. This is one of those fights that I think again the lines are correct. So this one I'm gonna be skipping, even though I was tempted to bet ROthwell here. I think I'm gonna stay out of this fight because Pezão, under the better camp, if he uses the right strategy, if he shoots good single legs on ROthwell, that could be interesting to make ROthwell, bounce on his feet and wear on him a little bit and take it to the ground. It's not much his style. He's more like a brawler and a pressure fighter. Those guys explode. But he could do it. He's in a good camp, and ROthwell, everybody knows his strengths. But still, I think Rogerio de Lima doesn't adapt too well. That's why, even as an underdog, I don't want to bet him. So I'm going to be just passing this one. I'm going to watch. Probably Ben ROthwell inside of the distance here. Could be Bulldog choke, but most likely it's TKO. But I'm gonna be staying out of this fight, alright? Unless I can get a good price at fight go the distance, like from plus 200. Even though it's quite tricky there because, Rogerio de Lima can slow down and he's probably gonna get finished if he does, and also he can crack, even though ROthwell has a good chin. So it's quite tricky, quite chaotic fight. Let's see what happens. Probably just gonna stay out of this one. Felicia Spencer versus Leah Letson. It's a little bit easier to break down. Spencer is primarily a grappler. She's evolving her striking lately, but still not that good. Leah Letson is more of a striker. The girl likes to hold the center and time those straight shots and the overhands and whatnot. Not the best takedown defense, not the best grappler. Felicia Spencer, on the other hand, quite decent wrestling and very good grappling. It's gonna be grappler versus striker. I think the grappler is a strong favorite here because she has experience and Leah Letson is in a long layoff. But this brings these things to be quite tricky. Spencer is a strong favorite in the bookies. Probably it's correct, but I'm not gonna touch this fight. Maybe Letson by decision, from plus 400, something like this. Maybe it makes sense in case she can bring a good takedown defense. She can scramble, get back up, and touch Spencer a little bit more. I don't think Letson finishes Spencer. Spencer has a chance to finish Letson by, ground and pound or submission. So Letson by decision probably is the best bet here, but has to be the right price, right? Yadong versus Julio Arce. Excellent fight, high level. This was gonna be a very fun one, very interesting one. Julio Arce, as a featherweight, he was a little bit undersized, lacked a little bit power, even a little bit size. As a bantamweight, the guy's in his weight class. He's fairly tall and long for the division. Hits fairly hard for the division. He's a good striker, very technical. Also can do a little bit of grappling. Not bad wrestling, not bad grappling. Yadong is more well-rounded. He's more compact, stronger, younger, more explosive, faster, but not gonna be easy to fight Arce, guys. Arce has the size over Yadong, has the reach, has the height, and again, Arce is technical. Yadong, he will try to get inside. The question is here will Yadong respect Arce's power? I think he will, because it's not gonna be fun to get hit by Julio Arce in the bantamweight division. Yadong has an excellent chin. This guy is very tough, but I don't think it's gonna be fun to get getting hit repeatedly by Julio Arce. I see Arce as a small favorite here. I have my calculation to pick him, but I ended up going with Arce. I think he has more chance for the decision. Yadong has a little bit more chance for the knockout. That's why I think the safest pick is Arce by decision. But it's a tricky one. Could go either way, pick and fight, But again, I like Arce here, controlling the range, being able to stuff the takedowns, getting back up, and touching Yadong a little bit more on the outside, right? Excellent fight, high level one. Max Holloway versus Yair Rodriguez in the main event. Another one high level, especially Max Holloway. I think everybody's pumped to watch this guy again. He has this nature of fighting, instinct. The guy when starts going, he's the volume and the skills, and the chin and it's something special. He's probably gonna bring it. Yair Rodriguez is a very explosive guy on the outside. Excellent kicker, kicks hard, dangerous with those spinning kicks and etc. But Holloway has a good chin. I don't think Holloway gonna be intimidated by that. He's probably gonna jam up Rodriguez. He may even lose the first round, Holloway, but from there, it's probably gonna be Holloway all day, guys, because Yair Rodriguez also doesn't have the best cardio. He's a way better kicker than he's a puncher. He kicks way harder than he hits with the hands. Rodriguez, So Holloway gonna be smart. He's gonna get into Jair's face. He's gonna keep at the boxing range, throwing that huge volume. I think he finishes Rodriguez on the third, fourth, or fifth round, But Holloway by decision, not impossible, because again, Jair, tough guy, not gonna give a finish away that easily, even though he doesn't have the best cardio. He's probably gonna survive, gonna try to kick here and there, but lose a clean decision. Also, fairly decent chances. But I think Holloway in the late finish is the most likely scenario here. So again, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like, please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the prelims, which are gonna be exclusive on Patreon from $10 tier. So from $10, you guys get access to the prelims, to the lock of the night, and top 2 parlays, plus a wrap up of all the picks and the bets. I also release most of the time, not every single time, depends on the timing that I'm able to record, but I always give a note to my patrons on the best prop bets, so you get all of this from $10 and from $50 line by line, all the bets that I'm taking. Let me just show you guys how did I do in this regard and how does it look like. I still need to clean some things up here, leave only the last months here. But for the latest card, it was pretty good, I like to take a more diversified approach. I cashed quite nicely. I also protect some of my bets here, but I had good wins, like with Rose, with Perrier by knockout, some good parlays that I cashed. So line by line, everything that I'm doing, including the props, so you guys have a diversified approach, know everything that I'm doing, using my experience to your advantage, and you can take it from there. All right, so, and plus access to the spreadsheet with all the betting strategy, the previous results. You guys can filter here and combine with future cards. I have some stuff coming up with UFC Fight Night 198 as well, so it's all of this. You guys can just use all this material for your advantage, plus have all the access with $50. All right, so again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, and I'll talk to you next time. It's time from ROthwell Bet, bring the best, most consistent and transparent betting strategy for you.